Tasman here from Tasman's Crochet Creations, and today I have another awesome tutorial on how to crochet these really cute Valentine's Day heart keychains. They're very cute with a nice little tassel, but in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to crochet this little heart keychain right here. But before I jump into the tutorial, I have some really exciting news. I am so excited. Okay, so Tasman's Crochet Creations has been doing a lot of upgrades and stuff like that. So I don't know if you noticed my yarn shelf over there. That's odd. Over there. You can see it's like quite empty. So I did a completely destashing of my yarn. I completely went through that shelf and I got rid of yarn that I know that I will not touch, or that I haven't touched or don't have a plan for. It was like a whole big bag of yarn. It was like 4.5 kgs, no, 5.4. It was like, yeah, 5.4 kgs of yarn. Like, it was a big bottom. It was a big bag of yarn. And I also had a big bag of crochet things that I've had from the time I first started crocheting. All the projects, from like small like little flowers to bags and stuff like that, and hats and everything, that I just needed to get rid of and just destashed. So I literally just donated that, and yeah. And I also, well, I want to get money for my yarn, so I went to this local like little haberdashery yarn shop thing. It's called the, what's it called now? The Coffee Nursery something in Haberdashery. I can't remember the name of it, but it's literally right here where I stay. Like, it's literally like down the road. So yeah, I say that she can sell like the full balls of yarn, like 10 rand a ball, or the small ones she can use her own discretion, like, you know. So anyway, so that was one thing, was destashing everything. Okay. Another thing is, okay, so Tony from Teal Yarn Crafts is hosting her Make a Cow 2023. Okay, so I bought this beautiful hank of yarn. It was so beautiful. It was called Cheeky Parrots, or Cheeky Parakeets, or something like that. It had beautiful pinks and blues and greens and yellows. It was so beautiful. It was hand dyed. I think it was merino. I can't remember what the label was now, but it was sock yarn. It was from the Big Fox company, and the yarn was so beautiful, so I decided to use it for Tony's Make a Cow 2023. I'll just check out the project here. So I am making Tony's brazen cowl. So this is what the stitch pattern looks like. It is very beautiful. I love the colors. It is just beautiful. So this is what the ball of yarn looks like caked up in a hank. It just looked so beautiful. But anyway, so on to the good news. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I had so much trouble caking that up. Okay, I don't have a yarn swift. Okay, I have a yarn winder, and that's all that I have. I don't have any yarn swift, or I'm not fancy or anything yet. So anyway, I was so fed up with this ball of yarn by the time I'd finished winding it up. I had to wind it up by hand into a ball, and then from there I caked it up, and it took me like about 2 hours or so just to wind up the ball, because obviously I tried to put it like on my chair or like on a stool or something to like wind the yarn up from there, and it was a fail. But anyway, so I ordered a tabletop swift. So it's still in its packaging because, yeah, it's still in its packaging because I ordered yarn. I had to order hanks to test out this yarn winder, this yarn swift. Yeah, tabletop yarn swift. So I bought 3 hanks from Knotty Habits, which is a local South African hand dyer, which is based in Johannesburg. And yeah, I'll definitely keep the links down below. I'll insert the links down below so you can go and check everything out that I mentioned. So you can go check it out for yourself if you're interested. I don't know if they ship internationally. I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, if you're in South Africa and you want to check them out, go ahead. But yeah, I'll put the links down below, and I'll also put the link down below where I got this from. So yeah, I haven't opened it. I've been biting my teeth like the whole time ever since I got it. I got it on Thursday, Friday. I think I got it on Friday. So my yarn and everything is coming on Monday or Tuesday. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, I ordered a tabletop yarn stuff, and I ordered 3 hanks of yarn. They are chunky merino wool, and they are very beautiful. So I ordered like a nice beautiful black blue one, pink one, and a grey one. And I also bought another 2 hanks from the Big Fox Yarns, that they are based in Cape Town, because I don't know if I'll have enough of that cheeky parrot to finish that brazen cowl. So yeah, I ordered 2 more of that as well. Yeah, so you better stay tuned for this, because I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of this. I am so excited. I can't wait. So hopefully tomorrow I should be getting everything, and I'll record tomorrow, and hopefully by maybe like Wednesday or Thursday the video for this will be coming out. I'm so excited. And I also ordered a new yarn winder as well. It's a tabletop yarn winder. So I've been doing a lot of upgrades lately, because yeah, I feel like it's time for an upgrade. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so that is that one thing. And also I am currently working on this beautiful I'm going to call this the Starry Nights shawl wrap. So isn't that just beautiful? So it uses the arrowhead stitch. This is Tunisian crochet. So I am planning on doing a tutorial for this. So yeah, it is really, really beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? It is so pretty. So yeah, I'm making this as I'm going to my cousin's wedding in May. And yeah, I've made this because I've bought this beautiful black suede dress. It is very, very beautiful. So I've made this beautiful shawl to go with it, and whatever yarn I have left over, I will make a matching bag to go with it, like a nice cute little handbag, purse thing. Not sure what kind of bag it is not sure what kind of bag it's going to be yet. But yeah. Also, just before we get into the tutorial, I know I'm talking a lot here, but I'm really super excited about a whole lot of stuff that's been going on. And I went to the Crusaders night market last night. So if you're in Durban, if you're in South Africa, you would know what I'm talking about. And I met 2 beautiful people who had their own crochet stall and everything, and it felt so good to just talk to them and like share inspiration, and just to talk to them about each other's journeys, and just it was just so great encouraging one another and just supporting each other. It felt so amazing. And yeah, so there was this lady, Nicole, her company was Twine SA. So she had these beautiful I couldn't resist, I had to buy one. So she made these beautiful crocheted cable stitch beanies with a little, can't see it, faux fur pom-pom. So I had to buy one. It is really, really cute. I love it. So she had various different colors. She had grey, she had black, she had red, I think pink. I think those were the colors that she had. I'll definitely link her account down below as well, her Instagram, so you can go check her out. And yeah, she also had these really cute, like 2 big amigurumi bees. They were like massive. And yeah, and I actually saw, when I was sitting down eating with my mother, I saw a young teenager had walked past with this big brown bag, and I saw the amigurumi bees sticking out, and I was like, oh, I felt so happy for Nicole, and I just felt so happy for her. I was so proud that she managed to sell those bees. They were just so beautiful as well. And yeah, I also spoke to I can't remember her name, but her account was Zara Products, I think, Zara Creations or something. Excuse me, I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, she had beautiful chunky amigurumis. They were so massive. They're like these, like she had these like big ducks. She had these like big teddies. They were so cute. They were so massive. Oh, they were so divine. They were so beautiful. So it was so lovely talking to both of them, both of the ladies. They were just wonderful to chat to and to get to know. And I also stumbled across this other yarn, not yarn store, sorry. Also stumbled across this other stall that was selling like earrings and rings and stuff like that. I can't remember what else they were selling, but they were selling a few like handmade items, and one of them was this beautiful boho top. Like, isn't it just pretty? So I bought this as well. So yeah, it is really, really gorgeous. So this would be great if you going to the beach or something and put this on as like a pullover or cover up, beach cover up. So yeah, it is really, really beautiful. But yeah, so that is it for all of the little behind the scenes that's been going on. Yeah, I've been really, really excited, and yes, I've definitely taken inspiration from both of these ladies at the markets, and I'm now pushing out my orders because, as you know, I don't know if you do know, but but I am trying to crochet a whole bunch of keychains to sell at markets, including these heart keychains, sunflower keychains, frogs, bees, avocados. So yeah, I want to crochet a whole lot more and sell them at markets. So eventually I just want to sell them at markets, so I'm trying to build up my stock. But yeah, anyway, I'm super excited about my yarn that's coming, and I'm super excited about opening up this tabletop yarn Swift. But yeah, so much is happening. Okay, anyway, let's get started with today's tutorial. And also one more thing, this video is sponsored by CalFit. More of them later in the video. Okay, let's get started with today's tutorial on how to crochet this cute little heart keychain with a beautiful tassel. Okay, let's go. Let's jump into the materials. Okay, so for the materials, we will be using, so this is pink. It's coming out like a bit like reddish on camera for some odd reason, but we are using Charity double knit pill skein yarn, and it's 100% acrylic, and it's a 100-gram ball, and it recommends a 4mm crochet hook, but for the purpose of the keychains we'll be using a 2mm crochet hook because we'll want those nice tight stitches. Okay, so this is color Fuschia. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Okay, but it's Fuschia. And if you want to make a red heart like this one here, this color is called Cherry Red. It's the same yarn, but just cherry red. Okay, as for the other materials that we'll be using, as I mentioned before, we'll be needing a 2mm crochet hook, we're needing a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, stitch marker, some jewelry pliers, a keychain, a jump ring, and a pair of blunt scissors so we can push in our pillow stuffing. So you would need quite a bit of pillow stuffing. And I also just have like a small, what's this, A6 notebook here that has, what would you call it, an indent where the pages are, so that it is easier for us to snip our tassel when we finish making it. So we'll use this A6 book to wrap the yarn around to make our tassel. Okay, so let's get started with the actual keychain. Okay, so what you'd want to do is just grab your yarn. Okay, so we are going to begin by forming a magic circle. If you want, you can chain 4 instead, and then join at the beginning to form a little ring or a little loop, and then you would just place your single crochets in there. But for the purpose of this video, I will go very slowly though. I'll be just doing a magic circle because I feel like it's more secure and you can close the magic ring much better than a chain ring. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin, we are going to take our yarn, and to form our magic ring, we're going to take our yarn, wrap it around our finger once, twice, and then for the third time, we're going to form an X. So we're going to wrap it over diagonally, and it kind of forms like a bit of like an X. So you would take your hook, insert underneath the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and then you just want to chain 1 to secure your magic ring, and then slowly you just want to take your magic ring off your fingers. Okay, and then what you'd want to do, okay, so that's what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So a single crochet is insert, yarn over, pull through, then we have 2 loops on our hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops again. That's 1. Then again we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 2 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1, 2. We're going to do that six times in total, so we need to do 4 more. So it's insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert, yarn over and pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we do have 6. So the way that you can count your stitches is by these little like the little V's at the top of the stitch. Okay, 6. And then what you want to do is you just want to pull on your tail end. So you're just going to pull on your tail end just a little bit, not too tight, and then you'll see that this loop in the middle here is the one that's the one that was pulled in. So we're just going to take our finger, our nail, and we're just going to pull that out. You must make sure that when you pull it, that you're closing this this loop here. So if you pull in the other direction, you see your tail end starts to disappear. We don't want that. So we're going to pull on the other side, making sure it closes that other loop. Then you're going to take your tail end and pull that tight. Okay, so there we go. So now we would have had a total of 6 single crochets for this first round. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, we're going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So we are essentially increasing. So in each stitch we're increasing by 1. So we will have a total stitch count of 12 by the end of this round. Okay, so now after you've done your first 2, you just want to grab your stitch marker and place your stitch marker into the first stitch. Okay, so again we're just going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So it's insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1 and 2 in the next stitch. Again 1 and 2 in the next stitch. 1 and 2 in the next stitch. 1 and 2 in the next stitch. And again in the last stitch we're going to place 2 single crochets in there. And a stitch count should have gone up from 6 up to 12. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay. Okay, so moving on to the next round, we are going to increase again, and in this next round we should have 18 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then place your stitch marker back. Okay, and then we're going to do an increase in the next stitch. So we're going to place 2 stitches in the next stitch, and then we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Whoops. So we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So that's essentially what we're going to do for this next round. We're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then increase, 1 stitch in the next stitch, and then an increase. And we will repeat that around all the way back to the beginning, and our stitch count should have gone up from 12 to 18. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet, and then an increase, and then a 1 single crochet and an increase in the last stitch. And that is essentially how you'll know if you have increased correctly, or one of the reasons why you'll know how you'll know that you've increased correctly is that your increase should match up with the increase below that round. Okay, so that's what our third round should be looking like now. Moving on to the fourth round. Moving on to the fourth round, we are going to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So that's 1, so that's 1, 2, and then we'll place an increase in the next stitch. So we've done 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and now we will do an increase into the next. So that is the pattern for this round. So it's 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then an increase into the following stitch. And our stitch count should have gone up from 18 to 24. Okay. 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase in the next stitch. Okay. 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase, 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase in the last stitch. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like now. Okay, so as for the increases, we are done increasing for now. So for the next 2 rounds, we'll just place 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I actually didn't mention that we are forming the peaks of the heart. So we're working from the top down. Okay, so we will keep the same stitch count as 24. Okay, so we're just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around until we get back to the beginning, and you'll do this for a total of 2 rounds. So you should have a total of 6 rounds by the end of this, and you should have kept the same stitch count as 24. Okay, so you can continue crocheting 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 2 rounds, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to end off the first peak of the heart. Okay, so now I've made it back around to the beginning after completing a total of 6 rounds, or 2 additional rounds of the 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so now to end off this first peak, this is what it should be looking like now. So we're just going to remove our stitch marker, and then we're just going to slip stitch into the very next stitch. So to slip stitch is just insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. And then you can grab your scissors. So you can just grab your scissors and then just cut off a small, like, little tail, doesn't have to be long, and then just pull that up. Okay, so that is our first peak finished. So now you can just repeat that process for the second one, but do not end off your yarn. Do not cut your yarn, because you're gonna, after crocheting our second peak, we will then start to crochet, or basically join the 2 peaks together, and then we're going to crochet and build up the rest of the heart. So yeah, you can go off and repeat the same exact steps from the magic ring to round 6, and I'll come back and I'll show you what to do after completing round 6. Okay, so you can just go off and repeat those same steps for the second peak, and I'll come back and I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, so now I have made it back round to the beginning again of my second peak now. So this was my first one with my yarn cut. So I have not snipped my yarn. I've just finished round 6. So what we're going to do is we will now remove our stitch marker, and again we will end off this peak the same, but we are not going to end off our yarn. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So it's insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. Now what we're going to do is now we're going to start joining the 2 peaks together. So how we're going to do that is we're just going to do a chain 1, and then we'll do basically a single crochet decrease, but we're going to decrease these 2 peaks together. So how we're going to do that is, let me just grab my second peak here. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert into the same stitch that we slip stitched into. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch into we're going to single crochet. So we're going to insert our hook into the first stitch that we slip stitched into. So we're going to insert our hook, we're going to stop there. We're going to take our tail in, we're going to tuck it next to our work like that. Then we're going to insert our hook into the same stitch we slip stitched onto this peak, which is over here. So we're going to insert, then we're going to yarn over, and pull through both peaks like that. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 to finish off that single crochet. So that's what it looks like, and now the peaks are joined. They're basically decreased together. Decreased together. So now what we're going to do, so now as you can see, this peak is joined onto this stitch here, joined onto there. So we are not going to go into that stitch, we're going to go straight into the next stitch and do a single crochet. Oh, and you'd want to place your stitch marker into the very first single crochet stitch that you did. Okay, so there we go, it should look something like that now. So we will just single crochet all the way around the first peak. Okay, so you just single crochet all the way around the first peak. Okay, so just single crochet around the first peak until you get to the join. Okay, but I'm just going to do this step with you. Okay, so I'm nearly there, and I'm just crocheting over that tail end so I don't have to weave it in later. Oops. Okay, so now that I'm back round to the end again, what I'm going to do, so that is, let me just focus here. Okay, so if you can see there, that is where our stitch is joined into, right over there. This little stitch here over there, that is our slip stitch. And then this last stitch, that is our actual last single crochet that we did. So we're going to go into there, we're going to insert our hook there, and then we're going to insert our hook into the next stitch on this peak. So we're going to skip this stitch, as that is where our join is. So we're going to skip that stitch and go into the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to go into the next stitch like that, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So now you can kind of see that that's what it looks like now. Now the 2 peaks are joined in the center. So again, we're just going to continue crocheting all the way around. So we will skip this stitch and go straight into the next stitch and carry on single crocheting for the rest of the peak. And for this round, you should have a total of 47 stitches. Okay, so for the end of this round, after we have joined our peaks together, we should have a total of 47 stitches, and I will count with you so we can both make sure that we're on the same track. Yeah, I know it can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, you just gotta try and do it, I suppose. I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. And if you are a beginner, don't worry too much if it doesn't look perfect. No beginner is perfect at the start of their crochet chapter, but yeah, you will definitely get better with time. And yeah, so I'm nearly finished. I'm nearly finished crocheting around here now. Jeez, the second peak that I did looks so much bigger than the first one. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Okay, so I have one more stitch to go into. Okay, so make sure you get into that last stitch over there. So make sure you get into that last stitch. Okay, so now you just want to count your stitches. Okay, so by the end of that round, you should have a total of 47 stitches. So let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, let me get my yarn out the way here, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47. Okay, so I have exactly 47 stitches. So now what we're going to do is, for the next round, is we're just going to place one single crochet into each stitch around, and your stitch count should have kept the same as 47 stitches. Okay, so you'll just continue placing one single crochet into each stitch around until you get back around to the beginning, and then I will show you what to do for the next round. And for the next round, we will start decreasing to give our heart its shape. Okay, so you can just repeat this, placing one single crochet into each stitch all the way around until you get back to the beginning. Then I'll go on to the next round with you. Okay, so now I've made it back around to the beginning, and this is what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is we are now going to decrease. So we're going to decrease by 2 stitches in this round. So how we're going to do that is we will single crochet for the first 12 stitches. Okay, so for the first 12 stitches, we'll place one single crochet into each stitch around. Come on, stitch marker. There we go. It refused to go into the stitch that I wanted it to. Okay, so we placed our first single crochet into the first stitch there. So we'll place one single crochet in the next 11. So that's 1, well, in the next 12 stitches, but we'll count that 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Okay, and then over the next 2 stitches we will do a decrease. So a decrease, let me just get my tapestry needle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an invisible decrease. So an invisible decrease is when we go through the front loops of the next 2 stitches only to do a decrease. So essentially what we'll do is we'll insert through the front loop of that next stitch, then we'll twist our hook and insert our hook under the front loop of that next stitch, like that. So that is essentially what we'll be doing. Okay, so to decrease, I'll just show that to you again. So we will insert under the front loops of the next stitch, and then twist your hook down and up to go through the front loop of the next stitch, like that. And then you'll yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Whoopsie, you don't want to do a slip stitch. So you'll yarn over and pull through those first 2 loops, and then you'll yarn over and pull through 2 to do your decrease. And the way to tell if it's a decrease, don't know if you can kind of tell there. Let me just see if I can get a bit close here. So you can kind of see that there, it looks like there's like another loop within that stitch. So you get like, I don't know how to put it, but it looks like there's like a big stitch there, and then there's like a little stitch over there. So it looks like the single crochet is going in through that like little loop there. Don't know if you can see it, but anyway. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so moving on, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 21 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And then again, we will decrease over the next 2 stitches. So to decrease, again, we will insert our hook under the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of the following stitch, like that. Then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to do your single crochet. And then we will do 1 single crochet in the remaining 10 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh dear, 9 and 10. Okay, there we go. So that is what our heart should be looking like now. As you can see, it's kind of like tapering in now. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of like tapering in. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's kind of tapering in now. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, we will place 1 single crochet into the first 7 stitches. So that's 1. Place your stitch marker back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and I forgot to mention that your stitch count after decreasing by 2 would have gone down to 45 stitches. Okay, I forgot to mention that before. Okay, so we will, as I said, we'll place 1 single crochet in the first 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then over the next 2 stitches, we'll do another decrease. So we will insert through the front loops of the next stitch and then the front loop of the following stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 to do your single crochet, or your invisible decrease. And then you just want to repeat that all the way around until you get back to the beginning, placing 1 single crochet in the first 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a decrease. Okay, you just want to repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches, and then a decrease in the following 2 stitches. Well, and then you'll do a decrease over the next 2 front loops, and your stitch count should have gone down from 45 down to 40. So you'll have 40 single crochets or 40 stitches by the end of this round. Okay, so you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet into the next 7 stitches and then a decrease. So I've gone 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then you'll do a decrease. Okay, so I'll meet back up with you when we're ready to move on to the next round. Okay, so now I'm just coming up back to the beginning again, or to the end, and I just finished my 7 single crochets, and then I'm going to do a decrease over the last 2 stitches. And again, a great way to know if you are decreasing correctly is if your decreases all line up. Okay, and if you also end up if you end your last stitch on a decrease. Okay, so moving on to the next round, we will place 1 single crochet into the first 6 stitches. So that's 1, put the stitch marker back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we'll do a decrease over the next 2 stitches, over the next 2 front loops. And you'll just repeat that around, placing 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a decrease. Let me do that again. And then a decrease, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Again, you'll do a decrease in the next stitch. So you just repeat that all the way around, and your stitch count should have gone back down from 40 down to 35. Okay, so you can just repeat that all the way around, and your stitch count should have gone back down from 40 down to 35. Okay, again, coming up to the last 2 stitches, you'll do a decrease into the last 2 stitches, and your stitch count should have gone down from 40 to 35. Okay, moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the first 5 stitches. So as you notice, as we are decreasing, we are also going down by like 1 stitch each round, if it makes any sense. So we first did 7, now it's 6, now it's 5. Okay, so we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a decrease, excuse me, and then a decrease, oopsie daisy, and then a decrease, and then our stitch count should have gone down from 35 down to 30 by the end of this round. So you'll just repeat this all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and then I'll show you what we'll do for the next round. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches. Okay, again, moving on to the last stitch of the round, we will decrease. So as I said, your stitch count should have dropped down to 30 stitches by the end of that round. Okay, so there we go, it's starting to get its shape now. So now we will decrease again, so we'll move our stitch marker, and then we'll place 1 single crochet into the first 4 stitches. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a decrease. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a decrease. And you just repeat this all the way around until you get back around to the beginning, and your stitch count should have gone from 30 down to 25. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then a decrease. Okay, I'll meet back up with you when you're ready to move on to the next round. Okay, so now I've just made it back around to the beginning, and I have already decreased in the last stitch. Okay, so now moving on to the next round. We will place 1 single crochet into the first 3 stitches. So that's 1, oops, 1, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease, and you'll repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet into the first 3 stitches, into the next 3 stitches, and then a decrease. So that was 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. And your stitch count should have gone from 25 down to 20 by the end of this round. Okay, so you can just continue placing 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then a decrease, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to move on to the next round. Okay, so now moving on to the next round. Again, by the end of this round you should have had 20 stitches. Okay, so now we will place 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, 1, 2, and then a decrease, 1, 2, and then a decrease. So we'll decrease the next 2 stitches together. Okay, and you just repeat that around, placing 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then a decrease, and your stitch count should have gone down from 20 to 15 by the end of this round. And then a decrease. Okay. I'm just going to continue crocheting this because I'm nearly finished now with this heart, so it's going quite quickly as this is getting smaller and smaller. Okay, so I'm nearly finished here. So 1, 2, and then a decrease in the last stitch. Okay, so now we are at a point where we are now ready to stuff our little heart. So what we're going to do is we'd want to open this up. I'm just going to zoom out a bit here now. Okay, so what you want to do is just grab some of your stuffing and your blunt pair of scissors, which I need to grab out my little notions bag. Okay, so what you'd want to do is, I'm just going to use this quickly for now. And what you'd want to do is you just want to take your stuffing and with the blunt scissors just push the stuffing into the heart, making sure you go into both peaks of the heart. Okay, so you just want to, and then you just want to grab a little bit more, hold it above the opening of the heart, and then just with your scissors just push it in. Okay, making sure you get into both peaks of the heart. Okay, so I feel like it does need a little bit more stuffing. Okay, so, whoopsie. So you don't want it to be overly stuffed. You don't want it to be like too hard. You'd want the heart to be still like a little bit squishy. Okay, you may just need to shape it a bit. Okay, so I think that is enough for now, and then we can carry on finishing off our heart. Okay, so now moving on to the next round. We're just going to insert our hook back into our working loop. Okay, we're going to remove our stitch marker, and then with our finger we're just going to push our pillow stuffing down, and then into the first stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then put your stitch marker back, and then do a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and you'll just repeat that around. I find that putting the stuffing in after the second round is so much easier, because then the bottom of the heart is like a lot more open, if it makes any sense. So it's easier to close off the bottom of the heart. I tried putting the stuffing in after I had done this round, after I had done the 1 single crochet and then decrease into the next stitch, and it was very hard to to stuff the heart after that. Yeah, so you're just going to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then decrease to the next stitch, and you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then a decrease into the last stitch. So you will just repeat that all the way around. Whoopsie, let me do that again. So we will single crochet into the next stitch, and then we'll decrease into the last stitch. Okay. And if you're still happy with your heart, if you feel like you can get some more stuffing in there, which I feel like I can, then you can push some more stuffing in there. I don't want too much, but just a little bit of stuffing. And I am just gonna push the stuffing inside. Oops. Okay, there we go. So I feel like I'm happy with that. So we can just put that aside. Okay, so by the end of this round, you should have a total of 10 stitches now by the end of that round. So now what we're going to do is we're going to decrease the remaining stitches closed. Okay, so we're going to decrease the next 2 stitches. And if you want, you can place your stitch marker back if you want. Okay, so that's 1, 2. I find that it's easier to go underneath the front loop like that, and then with the other hoop, like hook it with the hook, if that makes any sense. Okay, so you can just repeat this all the way around. Okay, one more. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. Oops. So now that's what it looks like now. So now we can just grab our scissors. You want to leave like a little bit of a tail so we can sew it in. So you don't want too much of a tail, but just a little bit. And then you can bring up that yarn. You can remove your stitch marker now. And then we'll take our tail end and our darning needle. We'll thread our darning needle. And then to close this up, what we're going to do is we will insert underneath the front loops of the remaining stitches. So we're basically technically doing like a big decrease because we're going through all the front loops of the stitches, of the remaining stitches. And then what you want to do is just pull on your tail and you see that cinch up a bit. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to poke our needle through that hole in the center and just come out somewhere on the heart and just pull that a little bit tight so it kind of goes flat. And then you will insert your needle through the stitch you came out of and somewhere else on the body, so not on the body, on the heart. Okay, and then you would do that again. So you would take your yarn, insert your needle where you came out of and insert somewhere else onto the heart. Oops. Okay, again insert into the stitch that you came out of and out somewhere else on the heart, and you just repeat that a few times until you are happy with how much you have sewn in your tail end. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Alright, so now the last thing to do is just take our scissors and just snip off our tail end. Yeah, so that is the actual heart done. That is what it looks like now. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is to do our tassel. So we can put... Okay, so now back to the sponsor of our video. So the sponsor of this video is Carlfoot. Carlfoot is a local South African company who produce outwear products. Their products include their foot kicks, microfiber towels and rash vests. Their foot kicks are really soft and comfortable. They're like socks but shoes. I have 2 pairs myself and they're absolutely like the most amazing thing ever. So they are lightweight, they're breathable, they're quick drying, they're very comfortable and have a non-slip sole, and they're very good for walking your dogs, gardening, walking along the beach fronts, for rebounding, for kayaking, for boating, for fishing, and yoga, and many more that I can't seem to remember right now. And they also have foot kicks for kids. So they have Tots foot kicks, or foot kicks, Tots, I don't know how you say it. They have Tots, which is their foot kicks for kids, and their foot kicks come in various sizes and patterns. And I will leave a link to their website where you can check out all of their foot kicks and the patterns and the sizes and everything. There is also a sizing table on their website, so you can make sure and check that you get the right size. Moving on to their microfiber towels. Their microfiber towels are lightweight, they're quick drying, and their towels are sand resistant. So if you go to the beach, the sand will literally just like fall off the towel. It won't even stick to the fibers of the towel like other towels that we have, or the other towels that have been produced and manufactured and stuff. So yeah, the towels are, as I said, they're lightweight. It comes like a little loop on the side of the towel for you to fold up and to hang up nicely, or to hang it up on the washing line to dry. The microfiber towels also come in various patterns. Some of them match your foot kicks. You can also get a plain Carlfoot penguin towel, which I think is very, very cute, and I actually really love that towel. And yeah, I also have my own sunflower towel to match my sunflower foot kicks. So I don't have my towel with me at the moment, it's out on the veranda, but these are my foot kicks that I bought. These are the sunflower ones. As I said, they have lots of other various patterns and sizes. They also have plain ones as well as patterned ones like these. So yeah, as I said, these are very nice, soft, comfortable and breathable. They have non-slip soles, so if you're fishing, they're great for fishing, so you can stand on those rocks and you don't have to worry about slipping and falling, and same with your kids as well. So yeah, their microfiber towels are made from a similar fabric, but as I said, they are sand resistant. and the rash vest. Okay, so the rash vests are made from UV protected fabric, and the flat locking seams prevent chafing against the skin, and the rash vests feel comfortable in and out of the water, and the rash vests also fit close to your body. So yeah, if you'd like your own pair of foot kicks, microfiber towel, or even a rash vest, you can visit the link below and you can use this coupon code and you can get 5% off your purchase. And if I'm not mistaken, Colorfoot is actually having a 20% clearance sale on some of their products, which include the strawberry foot kicks, the flamingo foot kicks, the pineapple foot kicks, and the pineapple tots foot kicks. So there's a 20% clearance sale on those 4 at the moment, and if you happen to select the strawberry ones or the flamingo ones or even the pineapple ones, you can also put in my 5% discount code on top of that, and you can get an additional 5% off of your 25% clearance sale. Okay, back to the tutorial. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is to do our tassel. So we can put our heart aside, and then what you'd want to do is you'd want to grab your little notebook. So what you would want to do is you would just, okay, before we start, you just want to cut 2 like longish, not too long, but a decent length of yarn to wrap around to make our tassel later. Okay, so after you've cut your 2 strands of yarn, you can just put that aside, and then you can take your A6 book or notepad or whatever you're using and take your yarn, and then we're just going to wrap the yarn around our book 10 times. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you can grab your scissors, you can just snip off your tail end, and then just snip, just go in through the gap by the pages there, making sure you don't cut into your book. And then just snip some of those yarns, or snip the yarn, and then remove the book. Okay, and then what you can do is you can grab one of your strands that you cut, place it down flat like that, and then place your other strands on top of that, and then with this strand you can then just tie a couple of knots to secure it. Okay. Alright, and then after that you can just lay your tassel to one side. Then we can take our other strand, place it down. Then we can take our tassel and lay it on top of the yarn. So we want our yarn just like 1 to 2 centimeters down from the top knot. And then we're just going to take our little strand of yarn here, and you just want to tie it into another knot. Okay, so just tie that again. Okay, so that is our little tassel. Okay, so now what you want to do is you just want to snip off the tail ends just to make it even. So just grab your scissors and just to make it even. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I am happy with that. I feel like this should have actually gone up a little bit more, but I don't think it really matters too much. Okay, so we can remove that out of the picture. Okay, so there is our little tassel. So let me just zoom back in again. Okay, so that is our little tassel done. Okay, so now we are ready to join our little tassel to our heart. So how we are going to do that is we're going to take one tail end, preferably the long one. So you just want to thread your tail end, and then you'd want to insert your needle through the center of that of that magic ring, or not the magic ring, of the little decrease thing that we did over here. So you want to just insert your needle in through there, and then come out on a stitch just on the row next to that. Okay, so you just pull that through, and then with your other tail end you just want to secure that with a knot. Okay, and then what you'd want to do is you just want to sew in these tail ends like how we did with the heart when we closed the heart. So you just want to go in through one of the stitches, come out somewhere else on the heart, go in through the same stitch you came out of, and come out somewhere else on the heart. Okay, and then go in through into the stitch that you came out of and somewhere else on the heart. Okay, and then you can do the same for this other one, which is a bit short, but it will do. Okay, so in through the stitch on the heart, and then out through another stitch on the heart, and then insert your needle through the same stitch that you came out of and somewhere else on the heart. There we go, somewhere else on the heart. And then I'm just going to do that one more time. So I'm just going to insert my needle into the heart straight away since my tail end is quite short. And then I'm just going to feed my tail end, oopsie. And then I am just going to feed my tail end in through the needle, and then just pull that through. Okay, so now that is done, you can grab your scissors and snip your tail ends. Okay, like that. Alright, so that is our little heart keychain. Now the only thing that is left to do now is to just add our little keychain to the top. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab your keychain and then your jump ring. So you want to grab your jump ring, and then you want to grab your jewellery pliers. Yeah, so with your jewellery pliers, you're just going to take your jump ring. Okay, so you just want to take your jump ring, and then with the jewellery pliers just push the jump ring in through the stitches in the middle of the heart, whoopsie, in through the middle of the heart like that, and then take your keychain, place it into the jump ring, and then just hold the keychain with your fingers so it doesn't move. And then you just want to take your pliers and just gently close that like that. Okay, and there we go. There is your little heart keychain. I hope you enjoyed crocheting that little keychain with me, and yeah, I think it's really cute. It makes for a really nice Valentine's Day gift. I am even thinking of asking my brother, who does laser engraving and stuff like that. I'll put a link to his website down below. He's based in South Africa, in Durban. He's very good. So he does laser engraving, he does 3D printing, heat pressing shirts and mugs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to ask him to laser cut a little acrylic little heart with an initial on it, so I can sell at my markets, or so that I can sell for Valentine's Day, just to make it extra special, you know, with a little personalized little little bit on the keychain. So yeah, that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial on how to make this cute little crochet heart keychain with a cute little tassel. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your crocheting and stay updated, okay? You do not want to miss the unboxing and the review of the yarn Swift and the yarn from Knotty Habits and Big Fox yarns. I don't know if I'll get Big Fox yarns on Monday as well, but if I do, then I'll definitely do a review on that yarn as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. So yeah, subscribe, please click the notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload tutorials and videos to my YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and keep crocheting. Bye guys!